I've literally just started my stream. You're far too slow, Laurie. Literally the worst. I'm going to have to just basically talk and make dead air for 20 seconds. I mean, at least I'm on time for 7 o'clock. Like 6:59 specifically. This is a minute early for my stream. Just saying, professional. An extra minute of content. My lovely, lovely viewers. Yeah! Whilst we wait. Oh no, it's over. That minute's gone. Cool. I just need to load up my chat just to make sure I've got it. Not that I'll be paying attention to it since I'll be DMing. The stream's going. The stream's going from 7 o'clock. Stream is going from 7 o'clock. That is the schedule. That's because I can't load up my chat on my iPad until. Look, shut up. You know what? Normally this is okay, but tonight I'm your DM. Don't piss off the DM. I mean, first rule of RP. Just saying. I've been actively trying not to kill you guys where possible. Like, I only kill you if it's good for the narrative. For example, Cobalt. I mean, that doesn't mean I'm above being petty. Just saying. Anyway, are we all actually good to go? Is everybody? What's that? Oh, Skype messing up. All right, we've lost Matt. Matt, just if you can hear me, just restart Skype. See if that fixes it. Yeah, I just noticed Matt's camera suddenly he just froze staring at something. He was frozen, and he also said, "Oh, it's happening again." So I'm assuming that he's having issues on his end. And the fact that he's not replied makes me think that he's also not hearing us. There we go. Welcome to the other guy's stream, Tech Issues. I'm not introducing the stream while there's Tech Issues. Like we'll hold off till everybody's ready. All right. That's weird. Anything else, I'd have said it was a hardware issue if OBS wasn't picking it up. But if they restart the computer, I don't know. Either way, everybody's actually here. We are actually ready to start. So, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Dungeons & Dragons Out of the Abyss, where I, Beanie, DM for these lovely fine folks. Scarbeus, Philip, Matthew, and Bersekrer. So, previously in Out of the Abyss, default heroes have been travelling through the Underdark in order to attempt to find a way out back to their surface homes. He's our elf. Oh, actually, fair. Yeah, you are a default hero at the moment, actually. However, during their journeys, the party was unfortunately split apart when a Kyotoan settlement was attacked effectively by what seemed to be a demon lord. Not just a demon lord, but the prince of demons himself, the Demogorgon. In the midst of the chaos, half the party, which included Scarbeus' character Renlan and a fair load of the group's companions, disappeared on a boat, joined by a new companion, a Dwagar, whilst the rest of them, with the dwarven lady Eldith at their side, rushed out on foot, heading into the tunnels just as a lonesome foursome. In the foursome's journeys through the tunnels, they camped out at one point and met with an interesting green hag who questioned them about what happened in Slooped Up, the Kyotoan town. But no violence came of it, and she went on her way, seemingly meaning no ill intent to the party. although with a little bit of curiosity towards the appearance of the Demogorgon. However, as the next day or so went on, the party then started travelling through an ancient tomb, effectively. One that a few of the party realised was once a flying part of a floating city, which made it all the weirder that it was in such a subterranean place. However, as this was happening, Kamar, the group's paladin, was seemingly contacted by a telepathic voice calling out for help and aid, which some of the party were only too happy to do, with the rest of them kind of willing to go along, if not just for the sake of being forced to go off alone otherwise. However, the first guardians of the tomb proved a little too much for the group and almost outright killed Kamar, the spectres draining his very life force, forcing them back where they had to camp out for another night before venturing once more into the tomb, where they have now reappeared, having just reawoken the remaining two spectres with a smite to the face, effectively. And as we start off, initiatives. Yeah, this is a new combat. No, we ended the last session on Mike smiting them, which started the combat. Yep. Don't worry. It's the Dex modifier, Laurie. If there's no separate initiative, it's just the Dex modifier. But yeah, so folks know, I'm not just being mean to Laurie. We've not forgotten about Renlan. We will get to him. I just don't want to end a story halfway through with, for example, like I want to get through this story and then we'll move on to the next bit, if that makes sense. Somehow shifted, Matt. Actually saying that your camera's frozen anyway. Yeah, yeah, his Skype has messed up again. Can you hear us again? Do you wanna do a quick PC restart? Like that might. So whilst he's doing that, the rest of you can call out your initiatives, and we'll. Oh, cool. Where was that? Oh yeah, 12. Yep. So we'll catch Matt up when he gets back, but for now we'll just keep going. So the folks at home aren't bored by us. Kamar rolled a 16. Cobalt rolled a 15. And Eldif rolled a... Yep, Cobalt casts that on her hammer. No, it's not, because it's a spell that Cobalt cast on you. It's a temporary thing. Yes, and it counts as magical, which is much more useful in the spectres. Speaking of the spectres, the spectres reach once more out of their tombs, going for the nearest targets. The one that had just been smited. The one that had just been smoked, reaching for Kamar, attempting to drain his life force once more. However, Kamar steps back, aware of its tactics now, and brings his shield forwards, bashing it aside, more using the gust of air to blow away its incorporeal form than actually the metal of the shield itself. The other one reaches for Eldif, stood next to its tomb. However, even though she seems to be watching the heavy attack from Kamar, the spectre, trying to take it unawares, just seems to fail, flailing in front of it itself instead, with a 4 on the dice. Yeah. Me and you are still got a mine. Mike is Phil, and both Mike and Matt are missing. But it will return once Matt returns to Skype. It should just fix itself for folks at home. Come on, your turn first. You've just basically almost destroyed this thing. Like, it is barely there. It is barely holding form at this point. Roll your attack. Ah. damn OBS.
Fucking.
10 out of
What have
10.
you done?
Hey, Mike, you ate him.
There we go.
Yeah. I missed.
You missed.
Also, if my webcam can stop
yeah.
doing that, there is not an alarm going off. Don't worry.
Matt,
If the light just goes bright, dark, bright, dark. Yeah, mine does that. I think it's a fault of this particular model.
If
Are
you're
you-
alt-tabbing, that'll also affect it, bear in mind.
are you sat how you're going to be sat, Matt, by the way? Sorry, just because I'm sorting up my camera. Alright,
I'm just trying to get comfortable.
No, that's fine.
Something I
I'll
do
move
every
around
now
a
and then
lot,
is...
sorry.
That's fine. It just means I'll make your camera a little bigger so that I can...
That's probably a good idea. Yeah, I'm not very good at sitting still.
That's fine. I've purposely made mine very big as well because I tend to move around. Like, I know Laurie's complained about me doing that, unfortunately, but it is...
Hey, Laurie,
kind of just sort of chills out and like sits over like this, and it's like, God damn it.
Well,
So he
it's-
goes to the camera and he goes, I'm gonna chill out over here.
I literally have DMing stuff here, here, here. Like, I have so much all around me. I have to move, unfortunately. So, Kamar, you...
Just spin round in a circle.
The flail goes round. Goes wild.
Flail wildly.
Cobalt, your turn.
Could you move me to the map?
I will.
You're on the map. Oh, sorry, I get you. Sorry, now I get what you mean. Boop. There you go.
I Sacred Flame the one in front of me.
Okay, it makes
So
a
you need to
dex
make a
save.
dex save.
That's a 15 on the dice. Total 17, so I'm pretty sure it makes that.
Dice will do it unless it's got a negative.
And being a cantrip, it just avoids the damage entirely, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So as the radiant flame appears, the spectre, although in its ragged form, is still mobile enough to back away from it, hissing and screeching as it does so. Flynt. There is a very tattered-looking one that had just been smoked, and a fairly weak-looking one. Like you guess the one on the left is probably the lesser of the group. You guess that when he rolled hit points, he didn't roll well.
Maybe
You
I
had
did
to-
something.
Okay, right. As it happens, it looks like these two have got this. I'm going to go and help the racist.
Swing your
Oh
attack.
God, don't remind me I'm role-playing a racist character tonight. Please don't. Racist.
You do realise you're not.
I was going to
actually-
say,
you're not
yeah.
act-
I
you're not
mentioned this
actually
last time.
playing a racist
Yeah,
character.
Matt's just
You're not
trolling.
actually playing a racist character.
You're playing a dwarf.
It's just Flint's perception of her is that of a racist.
Oh right, okay.
I was going to say,
Okay,
yeah, she
so-
actually isn't racist. She rightfully hates orcs since they've killed many of her friends and family.
I am going
Racist.
to boom the blade, except it's not actually a blade; it's a war pick.
Okay, roll your
I-
attack.
Yeah, but booming warpick doesn't really roll off the tongue quite as well.
No,
does it?
8.
Booming pick. 8 is a miss, unfortunately. As you swing the pick, you just slam it into the top of the tomb. The stone itself cracking under the piercing weight of the pick.
It begins again, doesn't it? This is what happened last time. It's like, okay, I'm gonna hit it, I miss. I'm gonna hit it, I miss.
Well, so far, even they've missed this. Like, this round is just effectively... If Laurie misses as well, this round's just going to be a mulligan. Eldif, your turn.
Wreck it, Flint.
Alright, let's see what she can do.
Ah,
Nothing.
don't forget to
And
get plus
hey, that's gonna be a
That'll hit.
17.
That'll hit.
Cool. What's the
17.
damage?
So, it should say next to her weapon.
That's very low.
She's not got the greatest attack bonus, but she can attack
it's,
twice.
She's got +2, then with the buff it's another +1, so 14 +3.
She just got like proficiency bonus and that's it.
Bear in mind, NPCs aren't built the same way that characters are.
I know, but they
Yes.
generally
Like-
follow the same.
You'd be
Yeah.
you'd be surprised actually. Like looking through the
Oh, there you go.
NPCs, they don't. Like they're made so that you can use them interestingly in campaign, as opposed to having a set amount of rules for them. Like
They're built to die.
no, some of them
11.
are built to do damage and stuff as well. 11 with a magical weapon. The hammer racks into the creature, and you actually see its form almost shatters, barely holding together, as it is almost destroyed once more.
Oh, so it's not destroyed, okay.
Not
right.
entirely.
Next time.
It is their turns now, and having just been hit by a nasty hammer attack, the Spectre then reaches out for Eldif. And what's your AC? Actually, I've got it here, never
15
mind.
at the moment.
He misses then as Eldif does a hop backwards and swings her warhammer again using the actual wind created by the swing to kind of blow away the incorporeal form. The one that reaches for Kamar, however, is slightly more successful. Roll me a Constitution saving throw.
God damn it.
Of
Dun
course.
dun dun.
It begins.
You're supposed to be good at these
Yeah.
saving throws. You were just rolling bad last time.
I was wrong bad this time as well. Just double checking. It is +2.
What saving throws do you actually have proficiency in?
This is DC 10, and you've failed it 3 times now. You take... Actually, yeah.
Wisdom and charisma.
That actually makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm surprised they don't have a physical one, actually, for paladins being martial character, but...
Yeah, you think so?
You take 10 points of damage, and your max hit points is reduced by 10. It is now Kamar's turn. Feeling weakened as the life force seeps from your body through the creature's hands. It is barely there.
Yeah, stop rubbing it in. Attack it again. Ugh.
Kill its face.
Trying.
Death.
8. The third 8 I've rolled.
Yeah, again, the flail goes wild, destroying the top of the tomb that it came from. The sarcophagus, even.
The third 8 I've rolled today. Fuck's sake.
Cobalt!
Third out of 4 rolls, I should say.
Your friend Kamar seems to be struggling.
I'll Sacred Flame the one in front of me again.
What's your DC?
12.
It passes a 13. As the flame appears again in front of it, this one seems to have got a new rejuvenation, having stolen life from Kamar, and it is fighting to keep its own life as long as possible. Flynt.
Now, hang on. This is the point. What magic weapon buff did you give Eldith?
It's just +1 attack, +1 defense, but not +1. +1 attack, +1 damage.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just +1 weapon nowadays.
Okay.
And it counts as magic for the case of damage resistance and such. Sorry, carry on.
I'm gonna wreck it again with Warhammer. Pick with Booming Blade again.
Roll your attack.
Pick
loud in here.
Come on, some of you guys have to hit. These things have such low ACs.
Yeah, right.
There we go.
23. 9 damage.
As the war pick slams into it, it kind of sticks in the incorporeal form for a second, and then you see its body suddenly vibrating with a thunderous energy before it just seems to explode silently until nothing is left where it once was.
Okay, so it has less than 4 hit
One
points.
down.
It had 3.
Yes, kill steal.
It is now Eldif's turn.
Let's go fix
Acceptance
things.
wins.
That's a miss. Oh no, actually, 13's a hit. I forgot you're not in your bonus area.
Cool.
8 damage is enough as the hammer flies in. The magical energy making the incorporeal form much more corporeal as it smacks in and seems to crack what bones this creature may have once had, and it just shrivels and disappears as it falls to the floor. Alright, what are you guys doing? DC 12 on the Constitution save. You failed it 3 times.
I walk up to...
You literally have a...
Is there actually anything in any of these sarcophagi?
You literally have a 60% chance of making this. You're looking at the sarcophagi. Roll me an investigation check.
I walk up to Kamar and cast Lesser Restoration.
5.
Alright. I will say Lesser Restoration.
I believe we discussed this.
Actually, yeah, for Spectres, since they're such a weak undead, yeah, I think we said that it just completely cure that max hit point. So your max hit points is back to the top, but you're still down 10 hit points.
Still down, yeah.
So actually, I should
I'm
my
going
little
to be a
cheat
good
sheet.
NPC, and I'm going to stand in a useful spot while you guys loot everything. I know, right?
Where are we?
I don't think I found anything.
Sarcophagi. What'd you get? 5. Pardon me. Investigate, just like looking in them, is a fairly simple thing. Like, as long as you didn't get a 1, you're basically fine.
Oh, okay.
You're literally just lifting the lid and seeing what's in there. So, what you find is each sarcophagus actually contains a little bit of treasure from the ancient kingdom that these beings once belonged to. Starting with the one that Kamar is in front of. Okay, yeah, the one that Kamar is next to.
Wheels, isn't it?
I'm glad you remembered that, because that's also what his investigation check was for. But yeah,
I was going to say I was going to start moving it anyway, but sure.
Yeah.
Well, either way, assuming that he is looking in it as well, you do find stuff in it. That one contains 2 gold bracelets worth 50 gold piece, and what looks to be a non-magical, probably ceremonial wand made of chiseled ivory, worth 25 gold.
Ivory
Renlan
wand.
wants loot.
Okay.
Renlan will have his chance, trust me. The top right one, that contains an onyx ring worth 50 gold pieces, a silver necklace set with 2 azurites, and a carnelian. Oh, sorry, a silver necklace set with 2 azurites and a carnelian, worth 250 gold.
So Azurite necklace worth 50 gold.
Southwest, which will be top left, that one contains a ewer made of beaten gold, worth 25 gold pieces.
A what?
I actually don't know. E-W-E-R. E-W-E-R. Someone wants to just Google that. And a walking
I
stick.
assume it's like a cup of some sort.
I think you're right.
You are worth how much?
Worth 25 gold, yeah. And a walking stick made of varnished yew with a golden handle shaped like a scorpion, worth 75
Hello?
gold.
No,
Jug with
short.
a wide
Varnished
mouth.
you.
Ah,
Say 75.
75, yeah. And
Ewer
the
is a large jug with a wide mouth, formerly used for carrying water.
final
There we go.
final one contains a gold censer with platinum filigree, worth 250 gold.
Damn.
So the
250
party
gold.
gets its money. Raiding frickin' corpses.
Censer
Grave digging.
C-E-N-S-E-R, isn't it?
Censer
isn't that
is
those
the religious
incense?
thing that carries incense.
Incense, yeah.
The thing that hangs. Yeah.
So, as Flynt goes about doing this, Cobalt, you said you were going to start moving the one on wheels, yeah?
Yeah.
I'll need
Yeah,
a
I was doing that as well.
In that case, I will need a strength check at advantage from the person who is leading in this.
I would probably.
You're currently struggling.
you were
Like this,
doing-
this would be a two-handed job. So actually, for you, this would actually be
then I would
disadvantage because
probably
you
just
your
assist
hand.
Kamar more than
Yeah,
actually
you were
leading it.
also doing lesser restoration, so
I would
makes
assume
sense.
I would have done it at this point. It's only an action to cast.
Yeah.
what I mean is,
Is this something Kamar goes for immediately? Basically, what you
Yes.
say. In that case, you roll this without advantage, and yeah, like as Cobalt reaches to lesser restoration, Kamar is already reaching for this tomb and attempting to move it, hearing the
can't
call from
wait
below.
anything special or just strength?
Just strength. Athletics or strength?
Can't wait to roll 8 twice.
Uh,
Still not a bad roll.
yep, just
7.
strength check.
Just straight strength.
Yep, just straight strength.
No,
You're not at advantage or disadvantage here. You're doing it on your own, so it's just a.
Well, the first
So it's
roll was
19. Yep. Yeah, you reach down. You basically grab the top of the tomb as Flynt is kind of rummaging through it, and just as he pulls out the jewels that you found in it, you start manoeuvring it away, and reveal a 4-foot wide hole beneath it, seemingly leading deeper into this tomb.
Okay.
How tall is the hole?
How tall? Looking down. Sorry, 2 seconds.
Does it lead to more Underdark?
Looking down, you
Or
can see
more
a
tombs?
you can see a floor about 10 feet down. It looks like the positioning there is more of a using it as a hidden entrance as opposed to a difficult terrain to get into it, so to speak. Yeah, so you can now see down into that. As you open it as well, you once more hear the voice in your head and say, "Please, you're so close now. I'm just a few steps away."
Okay. So, I go over here and open this door.
Where are you? Okay.
Well, hang on. So you decided to walk away from the entire reason we came in here to open another door?
Yeah, I want to see what's behind this door.
Ah.
I'm only a
Door
few
number
steps
2.
away.
You feel the voice kind of fade as you move away, and you can actually feel the you can almost feel the emotion of hopelessness enter your mind as you move away from it.
I'm about to open this door out of spite. You know that, right?
That's fine. That's fine.
How dare you try and railroad me?
No, that-
Guilt-trip me into railroading.
You're more than welcome to play as you want. I am simply narrating things as they happen, as the book tells me they should happen.
Fine, go down the hole.
Oh wait, you can open that door if you want to. I'm not stopping. I'm not actually stopping you.
I Kamar would probably. The reason why we're in here in the first place is to go after that voice. So I guess I go down the hole if I heard that voice again.
Okay. In that case, is it what's
we go.
everybody else doing?
I'll follow on.
I will jump.
Yeah.
For what it's worth,
It's not
actually,
big
no,
enough for all of us.
no, I was just about to say that Flynt probably wouldn't have got all his treasure yet. But that said, for convenience' sake, we'll say that you did a quick run around and got it all. You only did a very brief investigation with your 5. So
Quick investigation, and I saw something. I was like, "This is well crafted."
So
I can melt this down later.
the room below is all the walls have murals decorated with rich pigments and inlays of semi-precious stones. A gilded sarcophagus stands atop a stone bier along the west wall. Invisible stone. Oh, damn. Sorry, this is.
I don't think
It's
we
because
see that in
I'm
Crystal
I'm
Stone.
I'm so used to adventure paths which have a description for every room that you have to kind of pull out what you can of these ones. It's actually hard to get used to.
Yeah, it's a little annoying sometimes.
Yeah.
It does normally give you like a description block, but then there's also extra things in the text you don't read out, which is like you're probably
Yeah.
gonna notice that.
Problem is as well, I speak before I think quite often, so it's I really do struggle with that kind of thing.
Do we have a room on this map?
I'm doing it now.
No, but I mean like something. Okay.
I'm literally just sorting it out now. So yeah, you're at the top left of the room.
Okay.
So basically, you enter in the top left corner, and order yourselves as you wish.
Wait, what? Oh, I actually can't put myself in the black area. Okay.
Why would you?
I was gonna kind of like half leave my token off the side there because I'm like at the back, but yeah.
No, Kamar moves enough in that you can all kind of get down the hole. However, as you're all entering the room, you see a dark form rise from the sarcophagus. A spirit much more radiating much more energy and power than the 4 you faced previously. A wraith emerges from the sarcophagus in front of you.
Oh boy!
Can I ready turn on death?
Let me finish the description. Taking on the dark, smoky form of a female. Of a female, what looks to be princess or queen with a tiara crown upon her head.
That means there's a tiara crown in the tomb. Oh boy, money.
And unfortunately, interrupting the description does not allow readied actions. So this is initiatives. Like this happened as you entered the room. Like
That's all right.
Hey Mike, I think I've got your infection of rolling 8.
Well, I guess it's something.
Just give me a sec to about the original, the initiatives from the last fight. All right. Where is her card? Yep. All right. Yeah, I was just blowing the eraser dust. All right, Cobalt, what you got? Bill?
18.
Kamar?
12.
Flynt?
17.
And Eldith.
10.
Alright. So, Cobalt, you are the first to react as this wraith emerges from the sarcophagus. Wraith-like wraith.
Does it appear hostile?
It is very much coming out of the... It's not necessarily doing anything hostile as it emerges, but just looking at it, you can feel the evil that radiates from this creature. Like, this is a undead being of a decent amount of power.
Decent challenge rating level of power.
In that case,
You had to express it in a term in how much you would rate the challenge. Maybe a 2.
18? 18?
Oh, Oh, no, 18. That seems fair.
No, that's fine. We faced a CR 26 already, so I mean, you know, it's
Yeah.
cakewalk.
Yeah, I mean, we
just
couldn't
bear in
Cakewalk.
mind,
kill those ones in the last one.
It's
So,
quite
yeah.
possible we're not supposed to be in here. Although the previous creatures didn't seem much of a challenge, so
It's
I
not
don't know.
It didn't seem much of a
Oh
challenge.
yeah, I know that. I'm just saying, like, it's
Oh.
a giant wraith, and this campaign has
Uh,
battles where we might need to run away. So
Can I have a token on the map?
I
please?
would like. To
Oh,
point
sorry
out
for
we
her,
would
yeah,
be
you can.
running away up a hole where we need to climb, which would take a while.
Right there. Right next to
True.
Kamar as she emerges from the sarcophagus.
Actually, a wraith.
depends how much you value your life.
If you want to, by the way,
Giant question mark.
free action, anybody can roll a religion check to know what a wraith is, what's specific about them.
Yeah, why,
I shall
why
do
on
this.
earth would I not?
I mean, why wouldn't I know about this? I'm captain
I
religion,
can do
obviously.
this sort of.
Advantage because I knew what the spectres were?
Nope.
Is knowledge, religion, intelligence, or wisdom?
Intelligence.
Okay.
16.
Advantage
Eldest.
because I'm basically an altar boy.
No.
You are not an altar boy.
No, Mike.
He didn't say no yet.
I said all manners wrong.
So, oh, sorry. Are you trying to trying to finagle bonuses and stuff? Because I'm more than happy to give you penalties for that. Disadvantage.
That's just not cricket.
No.
16.
No, it's
Six.
a wraith. Like, how how's your religion check?
Yeah, this is the game of cricket.
So what?
Even I can see
just-
it's a raid.
So 3 of us got 16.
And one of us got 15.
Oh right. In that case,
Dwarf got the smaller
That's
one.
double 8.
you all
Still
know
fine.
you all know the same things. This is a wraith. Similar to the spectres, they are powerful undead beings capable of draining the life force from their foes. Wraiths, however, are basically the creators of spectres. They have the ability to draw the remaining soul essence from a corpse, turning that being into a spectre. And
Basically, the other ones just kill you. This one kills you and brings you back.
basically,
It's alright, it's not a lich. Fine.
you also
Before
know.
the fight
yet.
starts, before the fight starts, I stand there. The thing appears in front of us. I turn around, have a moment, and say, "You know, I can't help but think we've been lied to." Carry on.
I'll just
Alright.
say, your god, not mine.
All right, Cobalt, what are you doing?
I'm a guiding bolt this motherfucker.
Yeah, that's a good. Yeah.
Good
Okay.
plan.
Roll your attack.
Oh wait, isn't that
well,
concentration?
No.
Oh, cool. All right.
Wow, I actually don't have a macro for a spell attack.
Oh dear, Phil.
I prefer to fumble
That's,
around looking at my
20,
sheet and then
not a
copy
crit.
and pasting.
That's fair. 20. That's a hit.
Fucking hope so.
That will be, yes, gonna fucking say. That'll be 10 radiant damage.
Radiant
not bad.
damage.
That's less than average.
It's not bad though.
It's
Not like it.
good.
It's not the minimum. That's all I ask.
The bolt.
On the plus side, the next
Next attack has
against it
advantage. So the bolt flies from Cobalt's shield and basically bursts as it hits the wraith, shrouding her in a slight light that will make her easier to hit for the next person who aims to. Speaking of which, Flynt, your turn.
Yay! I'm helping. I am going to waltz over to the Wraith
Mhm.
doohickey thing.
Doohickey.
The Wraith doohickey thing,
Uh,
and I'm a
technical term,
booming
I
blade
guess.
in the face.
with advantage.
With advantage. 18.
18's a hit.
8 damage.
Alright, this was. What was this? Was this just a base attack? Was this your.
Well, with booming
Boom
blade,
blade.
but the base damage is
It's
just,
still- yeah.
just non-magical, yeah.
Alright. So you feel your pick go in, but there's no real corporeal form to hold it. You do feel you have some effect, but it's not the same as beating a living corporeal creature.
Now I'm just going to hope that it goes after Cobalt.
It then turns on you,
Why would you hope that?
having just
It'll explode.
He died once. He clearly can't make it stick.
having felt pain for the first time in many, many centuries. The creature now turns on the closer of the pain dealers and reaches for
helping.
Flynt.
I was gonna be mad if you said target to me. Like, what the fuck did I do?
And that's a 24 on the attack roll.
Oh, damn.
So,
That's
you need-
a hit.
You need to roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution save, you say?
Yep.
Don't,
Oh.
don't
You're a dwarf and
underestimate-
you're a caster, so you should be good at this.
What's that?
You're a dwarf and you're a caster, so you should be good at this.
I'm a dwarf with incredibly high constitution.
Yep.
And I rolled a
Oh!
one.
Yep.
Oh dear.
How much
really?
damage
Yep.
do I take, Sean?
Your con modifier is 5. Damn.
Let me know. Don't go change
So-
it, Sean.
The damage for this creature, I normally wouldn't say this, however, it's just worth mentioning here, is 4d8 plus. I just rolled 3 8s and a 5.
Oh, you
So that's
Oh.
29,
boss.
32 points of damage.
I'm dead.
Is that just outright?
That's out. Well,
That's-
I failed my constitution save.
That's instant death. Yeah.
Matt,
'cause-
what's your max health?
26. I'm on -6 max health.
Bear
That's
in mind,
instant death.
it's a wraith. If it's like the
So-
Spectres, it's also lowering his max health.
Like
so
I
he's
said,
just
negative,
straight up dead.
-6 max health.
Do you have any inspiration points?
One.
This is Beanie going
You're
easy
one.
on you. So
No,
maybe-
this is a rule I've done before as well. You're more than welcome
You're
to
saying-
to empty your inspiration pool as long as you have at least one. To go down to 0. I'll say you have max health at 1. You're unconscious, but your max health doesn't go down to 0. It just goes down to 1.
So would have this otherwise been an insta kill?
It would have otherwise been an
That
insta kill.
kill.
That
That would have been an insta kill.
the dice hate you in this tomb. That was 3 8s on 4d8. I'm not.
It happens.
It happens.
Like, I'm not mad because I mean you know I wouldn't be mad at this.
Oh yeah. It's the die
That would
rolls.
be.
I mean,
Like,
I'd
so
be like, that's a pretty
I've got-
overkill.
Yeah, I've got a feeling this pretty much wants me dead at this point.
well, you're falling unconscious, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you can empty inspiration pools. If it decides it does want you dead, then you don't really lose that. It just kills you anyhow. Like, it's do you want to save this character or not? Like, either way, you're losing the inspiration pool. It's just, do you keep the character or not with it?
Second.
I know Matt does like other characters.
I really hope he says yes, though, because it's going to be really hard to pull another character. It's one of the reasons I was so happy when we thought of a way to finagle Cobalt
Matt,
back from the dead.
Matt, say get a new character. Fuck him. He deserves it, and you know it.
I'm no pressure. I'm more than happy to write another character in, but
Yeah, I just think kind of.
it'd take you out of the
yeah.
session, though. Like, I'm not going to
Yeah,
lie.
I know.
That's-
He won't.
fuck it.
He'll be still be in the
We'll
group.
be in the
next week,
Renlan, but
though,
yeah.
'cause he can just role
Yeah,
play
I'm
another
in the group
NPC.
next week. I'm interested in seeing how this goes.
So, what you doing?
But yeah, that was, especially considering it was like that much damage at once. So I'm gonna say yeah.
So you're going to use your inspirations, empty
No,
inspiration
the,
pool.
the other yeah.
Oh, so you get.
He's
All right.
gonna die.
As the wraith emerges from the old sarcophagus, you all watch as the hand reaches in Flint's chest and his skin blackens and fades, and he just turns to dust, dropping to the floor. His armor clattering, no body remaining.
Sorry, my what?
Your clothing and weaponry clattering. I'm getting you mixed up with Laurie's stone sorcerer in another game. Which, in my defense, you have
We
said you're a
haven't played in over a
smith.
month.
I still get similar characters mixed up. As this happens, Mike, in your head, you hear a scream, seemingly emanating from within the sarcophagus. A scream that's shrieking, "No!" Come on, your turn.
Definitely been lied to. Okay.
Do your paladin stuff.
Don't fuck me on this dice.
Really hope they don't. Just like full on smite this thing if you
Yeah.
hit.
I'm doing the double smite because fuck it.
Yeah, no, go for it.
Okay, wait.
We
So
brought
how
you
does...
here for the undead. Now make him proper dead.
So you're
Yeah,
going for like one of your
like
smite
mega
spells
death.
as well.
Yes, I'm gonna do the double down smite. Do I do the?
You do the attack roll
advanced
first, so you get the attack
Yeah,
roll off
advanced
first.
No, he has to cast the bonus.
You
Oh, sorry,
know
bonus
what,
action.
Sean?
Yeah,
You know
you're
what,
right.
Sean, you
Mhm.
know what? I don't feel like this is gonna make things a lot harder for you if I die.
No, I can work with it. Like, it's my job as a DM. I can.
I'll stick this for now, and then next time he dies horribly, in a burst of glory.
In which case, although it really looked like Flynt had turned to dust, actually he just has a very blackened grey
Trick of the light.
body. Yeah,
Stick the light.
trick of the light. He has, however, collapsed to the floor. His skin is faded black. Like, he is almost indistinguishable from a Dwagar at this point. The life basically drawn out of his body.
Right, talking
I don't
about
care
people
being
being
a traitor.
racist, you just blacked up. That's not okay.
Grade
Oh,
up.
he grade up.
Yeah.
Still not
Straight up.
okay.
Like, black
no,
skin
but
is
it
still
still
very
works.
vibrant looking. This is
Anyway,
very much loss of life.
Yeah. Do I cast smite then go for an attack, or do I
where's
cast smite and it
cast
use
smite?
up my bonus action? Like, how does it
Yes.
work?
You cast smite using your bonus action first, so it applies to your next hit.
I'm going to have to rely on
Uh,
other people for spells and stuff until the breaks. I think I left my phone downstairs.
So I'm assuming you're wanting to cast a smite spell
As well as an
as well as an
well as a
actual
paladin.
smite.
Yes.
So yeah, you'd cast the spell first
Okay.
because that applies to the next attack you
Hit is with it,
hit
isn't it?
with.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
So you can't cast it afterwards.
I screamed, die undead, undead beast, scum, something like that. I'm not very good at this. And then cast Searing Smite and go for the attack. Don't fuck me on this dice.
Or do it, be entertaining.
It always fucks me on this. Hey,
That's
there
a
you
nat
go.
20.
Nat 20.
That's a crit.
That's a
Crit.
crit.
Smite dice are also
So I'm
doubled.
also doing the paladin smite as well.
Yeah. So
So it
So-
doubles all dice.
This is why smite is so powerful, because on crits it does double, and the paladin smite you can choose to use after you've rolled, so
Yeah.
you can
do
say,
it.
oh,
Yeah,
I
I'm
just
definitely
crit.
using it now. So
So, all dice doubled. I've got no clue how many dice that actually is, though, because
Okay,
I say I've not got a
that's,
spell thing in front of me.
that's quite a lot of dice.
it's a
Like
lot
with
of
the
dice,
regular
yeah.
smite, it's 3d8,
So
and then I
that's
get
just your
additional
paladin
dice because I'm
smite.
dead.
For what it's worth, just to be a pain,
It's an extra D8 for being undead.
I'm going to need the weapon damage separate,
Right?
because
yeah,
that is still not magical.
You sure? Even though it's got a
No,
paladin
smite itself adds radiant damage.
Right.
It doesn't
okay.
make the.
Uh,
It doesn't
Your
change the
paladin
weapon.
smite adds radiant
Okay,
damage.
so-
Your smite spell adds fire damage, which would be magic, I would argue.
Okay, so
The weapon damage itself probably still wouldn't be, depending on how you want to argue.
Okay, I'm going to need the other smite as well separately, because this thing is also resistant to fire.
God damn it.
Well,
Well, that's
just
less
do
effective.
one thing at a time. That's actually making
Yeah.
it easier, bear in mind.
Easiest way to do
That
it.
probably will be the best way of doing this. So physical damage,
So-
fire damage, radiant damage.
So do your weapon first.
Can't remember how I've denoted this.
It's
It's 1d. Okay, yeah, never.
D8.
So it's 1d8 plus 5 because of my.
So 2d8. Another
an
d.
extra D8 plus the crit.
Damn.
So roll 1d8. So that's
So that-
15.
15 on just the dice,
Okay.
which is resistant to, of course. Searing Smite, which was I lost it already.
D6.
Uh,
And it has to make a con save.
1d6 fire damage, so it's 2d6 fire damage.
Yep.
Yep.
And
What's the con? What's the DC?
on saving throw on a failed row it takes 1d6 fire damage.
What's DC?
Where do I find that?
It's your spell DC. Should be on your
Oh.
character above spells.
Right,
Oh,
charisma modifier plus
12.
8 plus proficiency.
In that case, it passes, unfortunately.
Okay. So it doesn't take.
Doesn't take the smite damage. Okay.
No, it does take fire damage. It takes.
Takes fire damage, not extra fire.
Oh,
damage.
okay. So
No, it
2d6.
does take extra fire damage. It doesn't get set on fire.
Okay. Let me just read Searing Smite then.
So where's
So next time
folks?
you hear a creature with a melee action during the spell's duration, your weapon fires with a high intensity, and the attack deals an extra 1d6 fire damage to the target and causes the target to ignite in flames. At the start of each of its turns, until the spell ends, the target must make a Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, it deals 1d6 fire damage. So
Basically, you do 2d6 fire damage here.
the 2d6 fire damage, and at the end of its turn, it takes an extra d6
No, 'cause it-
fire damage.
Because it passed its save.
yeah,
No,
technically it
on a
makes
it
it
says-
save on
success,
its
it takes the
turn.
extra one. It's just.
No, it says
spell
at the
ends as
start
well.
of each of its turns until the spell ends, the target must make a con saving throw. It
A
affects
successful
it at
save, the
start
spell
of its turn.
ends. Oh, so yeah, so it doesn't make this. It doesn't make the save now. Then it makes it on the start of its turn.
Yeah, makes it at the beginning
Yeah.
of its turn. Yeah,
So
All
it's
right.
until I end
It's
it.
taking 2d6
So 2d6 for the
So
crit.
2d6.
That's the
fire
important
damage.
part.
Yes.
And when we take this long to figure out rules, just be glad we're not playing Pathfinder anymore.
Okay, so that's 6
Oh,
half
God.
of 3.
And then yeah, it doesn't do any more because when it gets around to its turn, it makes the save, presumably.
Okay.
However, now it is your radiant damage for your smite.
Your smite.
Now I'm doing 4d8. No, 3d8.
If it's
Because
crit,
it's
then that's double, so that's 68.
68 now.
Hmm.
So 68.
68 radiant.
Which is the big one.
Which is the smite
Yeah.
going off. Yeah. Don't fuck me on this dice. I know where you live. 22. That's
Dice shaming will happen.
It's less than half.
As
Yeah, do that guy.
as the flail hits, the creature emits a burst of light, seemingly from within it, where the flare is connected with something inside, and it shrieks. However, it does not fade entirely. It is still
Oh,
there. Eldith.
really?
I'm spent.
It's okay. I've got a magical weapon.
To be
still.
fair, that's the one you wanted to be
Huh?
spent on, Mike.
Yeah.
No,
Like
I don't
that.
think 9 is a hit.
Nope.
And 15.
15 is a hit.
Woo!
Ooh.
Remember, you're doing +1 damage as well.
Yup. I hate not having macros. Oh boy. 4 magical damage.
So, as the creature shrieks, Eldith appears and with an uppercut of the Warhammer slams it into its lower form. However, it is still standing, although it is on.
Floating.
It's on death's edge again. Like I never know what to say for undead.
I mean, it can still
It
be
is
on death's edge.
You hear
It is clinging to the frayed edges of existence. How about that?
from within the sarcophagus, Kamar hears,
Do have that.
"Please, I'm in here. Get me. I can help you."
I'm a little busy, little girl.
Cobalt.
No, hang on. At the moment Kamar says that, Eldith gives him the most hated look. Like,
She's not little. She's a dwarf.
So I
So
see
she's
the
little.
same
And then I go,
dead,
is,
don't
he,
I?
is he calling a dwarf little? But she's not a little girl. She's an adult, damn it.
There's
So
a
what-
moment where I go like,
I
oh no, oh,
guiding
oh no,
bolt
no,
it
no,
again.
no, not like
Roll your
that.
attack.
In Cobalt's mind, that's the better way to deal with this before getting to
Fair enough.
Flynt. So that's a. I'm gonna inspiration that.
Inspiration. Oh no.
Oh no.
That was
14.
that was a good choice with its 13 AC.
Oh.
Roll
Yeah,
your
That's
damage.
the thing, I thought 12's a bit low.
So roll your damage.
So that's 46. 17. That's a bit better.
That's decent.
Yeah.
As it leers down, realizing the strength of its foes, you can actually see it actively start reaching for Flynt, going to draw the spirit from your creator's body. Before it is able to do this, however, you reach forward, again thrusting your shield forwards, and a bolt of energy shoots out, and the blinding light that flashes as it hits momentarily blinds you on this dark area but as sight returns, you realize the wraith is nowhere to be seen. It has been destroyed.
I immediately rushed to Flynt.
I am surprised my attack worked, and then I go to open the sarcophagus.
And
I am already
will-
next to Flynt, so I'll do a medicine check.
Okay. Well,
See how not possibly dead he is.
Cobalt's able to get there as well, so you can also do one if you want, Phil. But both you roll your
I'm
medicines.
just gonna immediately cure wounds him.
Alright. In that
Unfortunately,
case,
I can't unless the
I
rest
suppose
of
if I
As-
do need to roll into
Eldith, as you kind of go to look over the wounds, you suddenly notice a very, very slight amount of colour start to return to Flynt's body. However, and he does very weakly gasp for breath, although he is on 1 hit point. Like, no matter what you roll for the cure here, his max hit point's 1 right now. So
I know, I get that, but I've not got any level 2 spells. for
One.
lesser
Flynt.
Yay.
everything hurts. Like, literally everything hurts right now.
I can't feel anything. How can anything hurt if there's no?
Oh, no, no.
Oh, I
You-
knew it was a
it-
bad place
it-
to come back here.
It's the
Like
weird...
I'm still alive.
It's the weird situation of being completely numb and also in extreme pain. It's weird.
It's
Like
more just
dipping
you're in that
yourself
much
in a
pain,
cup
it's
of ice.
numbing you.
So, there is a thin gold sheath covering the sarcophagus, but
Like,
that's above the lid itself, and you can move that aside. And inside you see a mummified corpse, on top of which seems to be a longsword hilt. No blade, just a hilt. And as
Ooh, magical weapons.
as the sarcophagus opens and the light all reflects off it, you can for the first time since you've heard this voice, you can hear actual relief in it, and you hear, "Light. It's been dark down here for so long."
Yeah, I know. I can barely see a thing.
The
You
longsword.
should be able to see there's light in here.
Yeah, I know.
The longsword hilt itself is a gilded, golden thing.
I not really understanding the situation all that fully. Say, where are you? I thought you said you were in here.
I am here. Please, take me with you. I don't want to be here alone anymore. Darkness.
I
The corpse.
I reach in. I sheath my flail, however that works.
You kind of loop it on your back.
Sure. I then reach in and pick up the hilt and look at it.
As you pick it
Am I
up,
talking to a sword.
even as you touch it, being a follower of such a devoted follower of Paylor, you realise that this is actually almost a artifact in its power, a creation of your god himself. This is you somehow just holding it. You somehow know that your god is basically providing the insight for you here. You know that this is Dawnbringer, a sentient sunblade of great power. And as you hold it and have this realization, there is a sudden brightness in the room as a blade of pure light appears from the hilt.
Did you just hand me a lightsaber?
Yep.
Yes.
Sounds like you just handed me a lightsaber. I can't be trusted with this, Beanie. Why would you do this?
Can you see that?
Lightsaber. It's a lightsaber.
No,
It's
because
a
I've currently
medieval
got Mike's face on
lightsaber.
my screen.
I mean, literally the worst.
Why would you
Yeah,
have Mike's face in your screen?
That
I've not
is
got
what you are
Sky,
currently holding.
So I've just got the little window.
You're holding
okay.
this. No,
So-
look at all that shadow coming off it. It's obviously evil.
Obviously.
Whilst anybody else would have to attune to this thing, I'm going to say since you're a follower of Paylor, you can literally just attune automatically to it.
I spent all my
if you wish
entire
to.
life attuning to this.
Meaning that I'll actually read out what it does for you. I do have a cheat sheet that I can give you at some point. You'll probably lose it, but I'll give it to you anyhow.
Yeah.
Shots fired.
No,
So-
you're not wrong.
You know the
Absolutely correct.
you know the following, and for what it's worth, the bits that sound more descriptive, Dawnbringer herself actually kind of fills you in, being a sentient weapon in her own right. She does kind of tell you her little story.
Mhm.
Lost for ages in the Underdark, Dawnbringer appears to be a gilded longsword hilt. While grasping the hilt, you can use a bonus action to make a blade of pure radiance spring from the hilt, or cause the blade to disappear. Dawnbringer acts as a +2 longsword with the finesse property, and which deals radiant damage in place of slashing. Undead struck by the Dawnbringer are dealt an extra 1d8 damage. Whilst the blade is active, it sheds a bright light out to 15 feet, and dim light for 15 feet beyond that. As an action, the wielder can increase the light by 5 feet up to a max of 30 feet per type. Once a day, you can also cast Lesser Restoration.
Wow.
I point.
My
the,
God, that's good.
I
Yeah.
point the blade.
There's a reason I actually tried to almost railroad, like, this is an item I didn't want you guys to miss. Right.
In knowing
Congratulations,
this,
Mike. You've
yeah,
become the
in knowing this,
protagonist.
wait for it. In knowing this, I point the blade directly towards the shriveled up husk that was our dwarven
I'm
friend.
just going to be like,
And
whoa,
then
whoa,
cast
whoa,
fuck away
whoa,
from you.
get the
I
back
back
away.
Lesser
away. Fuck away.
restoration.
Back the fuck away. You have to touch me first. I think.
You do know that you'd have to either press the light of the blade in him for this to work.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna
You
like
got-
stab him with
Oh
it.
yeah, no,
No,
it's,
No, that thing is pure. That thing is pure energy. And you've just touched a sword you've been speaking to with your mind. I don't trust you right now.
Are you
Can I
being
also make a
conscious?
check on this? He's trying to stab
this
I'm not trying to
He's
stab
trying to stab me.
be
He's trying to stab me.
Cobalt, being a cleric, you're actually familiar with radiant energy. Radiant energy itself is as goodly as an energy can get. Like, energies are neutral by default, but radiant energy is provided by the goodly gods. It is, and you can actually feel the
Although I
warmth
also
of
reckon
this.
you can still get hurt
I have a
by
question.
radiant
Yeah.
damage.
You do know
I
that.
just heard that guy with
Does it
radiant
burn?
Sorry.
Does it burn because I'm dead? I'm almost dead.
You
You
feel no heat emanating from it as it goes towards you.
I ain't let nothing touch me. That's a bloody sword.
Okay.
Is there like a check? Is there a check we can make to make like
You can make a religion check. You can make a religion check against radiant energy.
It's like those
It's
like
less against
those movies about like the people in the hood when like somebody pulls out a gun for no reason, everyone in the room goes whoa.
That's basically what's happening here.
You're not just putting a gun. You're putting a gun and pointing at me.
I'm putting a lightsaber.
Oh, a glowing sword! Stabby, stabby.
So, you actually know that radiant energy itself can do both harm and can heal. It is, in fact, a basis of the cure spells that you yourself cast. Like, radiant energy is... If the wielder of the energy uses it properly, then they have complete control. They can will it to... Like, if Kamar is in complete control of this blade, he could stab any one of you with it, and nothing would happen. Like, it just swish right through you. Like the light that it is.
Like, do I actually get that impression, though? Do I get the impression that's what he's going for here, and he's not actually trying
More
to finish
importantly, you get the impression that he's in control, because
Well, yeah.
he's just picked up a sword that, as far as we're aware, has been talking to him, and has drawn him down here to get me almost killed, and is now trying to finish the job.
I just want to help.
The problem is you've not said any.
For what it's worth, right now, Flynt, your reaction to this, although you're attempting to shout at it, you're barely able to get more than a murmur. Like, you are literally on 1 hit point with your life drained out. Like, you're very unable to resist if he wants to do this. You can barely make yourself heard.
Like,
Am I able
I'll
to
just be like,
cast
whoa,
spells?
whoa.
I would say at this point, no. Like, quite like.
Come on. What are you doing? He's injured. Don't.
I say hush. I only mean to help.
How is stabbing someone going to help? Put that magic weapon away. It could be dangerous.
I'm not gonna
help
stab
him
him.
by
What kind of
stabbing.
monster do you believe me to be?
A monster.
That sword was talking to you, as far as I can tell.
I kneel down to Flint's side and
I
put
will
a
actually
hand
step
on him.
out of the way, give him everything.
Yeah,
I put a hand on him
I'm
and
doing
I say-
everything I can to stay the fuck away from him.
I say,
You
"Call him
attempt
a
to
monster."
crawl away, but you are literally like
For what it's worth,
you're
if I
barely
see
able
that
to.
I will-
You can get away,
I will,
but
like,
you're barely
head
able to.
down to Flynt and go, it's okay. I think he's going to heal you with this, hard as it sounds.
No, I'm a smith. I know swords. Stab.
What's Kamar doing here?
I just wanted to kneel down next to him and say, like, well, after he called me a monster, I just say, call me a monster is racist, and then cast lesser restoration on him.
To do that, you have to place the blade on him, the actual blade of light itself.
I do that then.
So as Flynt,
Wait, you're telling me if I have control over it, I can basically stab him with the light blade without doing any damage, right?
yes, you can.
The flat of the blade, isn't it?
However, the lesser restoration works by placing the flat of the blade on them. Like, you don't lesser restoration by stabbing.
Well, just like
So-
since everyone's
Unfortunately, on literally 1 max health, like in the like barely, you've been conscious for about 30 seconds now. You really aren't in a position to resist, and I'm not even gonna make a check.
I was only unconscious for about 6
Yes,
seconds.
but you're unconscious when your life force was pretty much entirely drained. Like, almost all, like 95% of your life force was drained out of you. This isn't recovering from a sword wound. This is recovering from, like, you've got a few joules of energy in you right now. That's it. So
Those jewels are enough. Damn
What's
it.
the roll for
Then
lesser
not, unfortunately.
restoration?
so
There isn't.
as the blade touches Flint's flesh.
Shields!
Doesn't matter.
Mike, can you roll me? No, these aren't. This is more powerful than this effect is more powerful than Spectres, so it's not going to heal it completely. I will say for a lesser restoration, I'll say you gain 10 max hit points. Again, you're still on 1 hit point, but you feel a bit of your life energy return to you. Again, Matt, you don't have the energy to cast spells. I said this previously. You're literally on 1 max hit point, dude.
Also, shield actually wouldn't do anything.
It wouldn't. No, it just raises your AC.
It raised my AC. It provides
Yeah,
a barrier.
Why are you?
Even with all of Flint's attempts at resisting, unfortunately, again, you make me feel like I'm actually railroading this, but you literally were dead. You literally had all your life force drained out of you just now. Like, this isn't.
I'm not
You're
dead.
not able. You barely.
Yeah, and now you're
Like,
getting
barely. So I'm sorry, but there is absolutely nothing that Flynt can do here. You can basically, like, you are person dying of cancer in 6 seconds. You're that kind of energy right now.
I'll intervene here and make it more story-driven. I grapple him first if he's resisting. Like, if he's kicking off and stuff.
Wow.
The thing is,
like, if he's actually, like, violently flailing, then I would like, no, let me do this.
The thing is, though, again, not meaning to step on Matt here, he's not. He can't. He's not got the energy for it. He's on 1 max hit point out of 37. He's literally, oh, sorry, out of 37 out of, like, 29. He's lost 28 of his max hit points. That's not a... It's... Like, just because you're conscious doesn't mean you are restored. Like, things have permanent effects. Sorry?
The max hit points is 26.
Even so, you're down to 1. Like, it's not... Just you're gonna have to deal with that, I'm afraid, dude. Like, no, you don't. Like, it's not, unfortunately.
I don't need any more than 1 hit point.
Yes, you do, to do what you're trying to do. In max...
Do anything.
Unfortunately, okay, so in mechanics terms, yes, you gain hit point and suddenly you're making conscious. However, in narration terms, no. Simple as.
Trying to help.
Yeah, let's just leave it there now. We've gone on, we've argued about this long enough. It's actually getting on my nerves now. So, the blade touched you, and you feel your life force slowly return to you. Not in its entirety, but you do feel some. Now, you actually have a fair amount of energy, although you're still extremely wounded. You still ache and hurt. Finally.
I'm also gonna need you to read the stats and stuff out to me as well, so I can write.
Alright, so
it's a +2 longsword.
Yeah, and it does radiant damage instead of slashing.
Okay,
it also does an extra D8 on undead, I believe.
Yes.
But I think the main part you care about for the time being is it's a +2 longsword.
Yep, and other than that, is the stats the same
as a regular longsword, yeah. Although no, it also has the finesse property, so I don't think it's relevant to you. But if you want to, you can use Dex in place of Strength.
No.
Yeah, I thought that'd be the case.
It's a bit of a silly sword, is kind of the thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Man, a versatile finesse weapon. It's nasty.
That's kind of silly.
That's, as I say, that's just an interesting item that they threw in here, apparently.
Now, unfortunately, that does mean I have to stop actually being a complete rip-off of a Diablo character.
Yeah.
You want to use that instead of your flail?
Well, obviously I'm going to use a flail.
That's fair.
Wait, no, that's actually a good point. Is it 1 or 2-handed?
It can be either. You can use it in 2 hands for a D10.
Oh, okay. So if I really want to like say fuck this thing dies, I turn it into a D10.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But
does the 1d8 to the 1d8 to undead go up as well?
No, it doesn't.
Okay. Cool. So, what I should write this on my sheet. Okay.
So,
my sheet I wrote as Thornbringer.
And
that's not correct.
As
Shornbringer.
As Kamar looks at his fancy new blade, Flynt reels still in pain, and Cobalt and Eldif do whatever the fuck they're doing. We'll backtrack a few days and a fair few miles away across the Dark Lake to where we find a boat sailing along.
Oh shit! Hang on,
bobbing on the current.
Character sheet now.
And that's where we're going to take a break for today, folks. So we'll be back in about 5 minutes.
Okay, but are we going to whatever's going on the boat? Like how Phil's like,
So I should probably change map here actually.
I've got my mic muted while I'm eating.
yeah, while you're doing that, just to point out to people who couldn't hear that because of course it was muted. But yeah, Mike's new sword is smarter than him.
Yeah.
So
Turns out Dawnbringer has an
Yeah.
intelligence of 12. Kamar has an intelligence of 8.
so there you go.
So
Hey, his sword's smarter than me as well.
Renlan, you
Yay!
you are sat in the boat that you stole from Sloopledup during the rampage of the Demogorgon. It has been just over a day. You've stopped the boat. Well, you've been almost taking it in turns to sleep on the boat, so that somebody's always rowing, so the boat's always moving. The Dwagar.
Never rose. Just so.
So far, that hasn't been an issue. Nobody's kind of brought it up. The Dwagar has been grumpy, but he seems to have taken. He seems to have since being able to take over control earlier. He's kept that command up until now, and seems to be directing everybody in a certain direction. With Renlan refusing to row, the two Sverfneblin, Topsy Turvy, have also been kind of keeping to his side and not really following the Dwagar's orders either. And as Stool is unfortunately just unable to row, and so has been almost like kept on the way. So far, it doesn't actually seem like the Dwagar has even noticed Stool. However, Bapido, Sarith, and actually, it's just the Dwagar, Bapido, and Sarith who have been taking it in turns to row. Then in this case, as Jimjar himself as well has very much been. Wait.
Remind me, who is actually on this boat again? This Stool.
Well, I was literally just I was in the process of reminding you there. I was also telling you what they're doing.
Oh, sorry, you kind of like cutting out on my Skype.
It's probably an important thing to point out whenever I'm speaking.
I've noticed.
Well, I've only just
it
noticed it
but
now
thought
because
that
I
was
was
just
looking
my
at
Skype
Skype.
because
You were fine on my end.
Well, so to rehash then, you've got Topsy and Turvy, who are basically following your lead and not following the Dwagar's orders. You've got Stool, who doesn't seem to have even been noticed by the Dwagar, and who is basically has been moseying around the boat to this point, not really sure of where to be. Bapido and Sarith, the I always forget his, they're bloody the Darrow and the Drow have been alternating with the Dwagar on the rowing, and finally you have Jimjar, who is not here. He was on here when you left town, but he's not here.
Wait,
not-
no,
not-
no. Wait.
You're not actually sure where he's gone.
God damn it, Beanie.
Yeah.
well,
Just
this just
to
keeps getting better and better.
yeah, just to go over it. The reason why people are separate is when everyone went back to pick up everyone else. Because the Dwagar aren't too nice, that's what Renlan knows about him, but the Dwagar knows about sailing, so he has his uses, so he was allowed on board, but then he just got everyone to start rowing away. And Renlan didn't like that, but as far as Renlan is concerned, the two midgets who don't really do anything are the only people who sided with him. So he doesn't know what he missed out on there, but yeah, he thinks, well, I guess we're sailing.
To fill in the reasonings there of why a few people sided with him and stuff, they were very much fearing for their lives
get away
in
from
the
the
rampage of the
Demogorgon.
Demogorgon, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was that.
So there was a reasoning in it. However, as I say, up to this point, the conflict hasn't really been resolved, as most of the day has been spent in silence, with the rowers rowing, spending all their energy and focusing on getting away from Sloopledup.
Yeah.
However, it has come towards
People
the
have
end.
their uses, and Renlan kind of disliked the fact that the party, who have been very useful up till now, mainly got left behind. So
With
he's
that.
not happy about that.
Yeah.
He didn't like this Dwagar.
So, the day. Well, you've been on the move for closing in on the day, and at this point, Renlan is starting to get a little bit tired. It's things are starting to slow down. You kind of get the general idea that people that seems to be going around the group is that you've made the distance you need to make in a hurry, and now you're just going to have to start figuring out a like a method of moving forward as a more consistent thing, as opposed to the original rush that was happening. So, is Renlan doing anything?
Has the Dwagar mentioned where we're going yet?
Yeah, he's a few times he's mentioned
Gracklester.
He has mentioned Gracklester. He said
Okay.
the ports there will take him in, and they'll be safe from Demogorgon. No demon will get past our fucking defenses.
Yeah, because like this was literally the thing he got very recently. What's it called? The book he's got.
Pact to the Tome.
Pact to the Tome, yeah.
Something
Book of
like that.
Shadows, thank you, Matt. He's going to spend his time mainly having a look at the Book of Shadows.
Roll me
and,
a
pass the time.
roll me a perception check.
Oh boy, 19.
As you're reading this, every so often you kind of look up to with the feeling that you're being watched, and you do notice that Pepido, the Darrow, has spent a fair amount of time just watching you with interest as you have this book out.
Is he the guy in the top left?
Yeah.
I basically just ignore him. I have more important things to do.
That's
It's
fair
his
enough.
problem. I've got the book. He doesn't.
Fair enough.
I will take a mental note that he apparently is very interested in my book, which, as far as I'm concerned, is private.
Fair enough. So, as the day is, as this is happening then, the Dwagar, and as things start to slow down, the Dwagar, who had seemingly succeeded in taking command, starts passing round more orders and says, so, we got away from the fucking fish town, but we need to set up some sort of rowing schedule if we're going to make it to Gracklester at any decent time. Some of us will sleep, some of us will row. That's just how it's going to be. Anybody got any problems with that? They can jump off the side and swim. Any objections?
Renlan continues reading his book.
He is actually staring at Renlan as he says this. What was that, Matt?
Okay.
Back away slightly.
What did you say, Matt?
Shift awkwardly in the spot.
I don't think I'd have any problem with that, but yeah. I guess I'll comfort Turvey.
Fair enough.
He seems scared as usual.
At which point he says, "So the Elfling will take the first row. He can row for a good 18 hours. If he can't manage that, no point in being here. He's of no use to us."
Is he pointing at me when he says the Elfling?
Yeah.
Yep.
I just glance at him and just sort of go, and then just go back to look at my book.
You're an elf?
Half elf.
I'm a half elf.
Oh,
An
okay.
Elfling.
For some reason, I thought you were a dwarf.
I originally thought it was a halfling.
Is it possibly because I was playing Eldeth last week?
No, I legit thought you were a dwarf for some reason.
I was a dwarf in our Sunday campaign.
No, I know you were, but no, that's I don't know. One of those things, I guess.
Just give me seconds.
Balls.
What did you do?
Shortcuts.
Oh.
I accidentally pressed the shortcut for my Be Right Back screen. It's like, whoops.
Good job.
Whoopsie.
10 out of 10. Professional streamer.
As he is about to seemingly approach you, he then looks over his shoulder as if distracted for a second. Anybody in the boat can basically look out to see that it seems that the tunnel you're currently travelling across the Dark Lake in seems to be thinning, and actually the roof seems to be much lower. It looks like going through this area is going to be a little more difficult, or at least to navigate the boat through it. And so, seeing this approach, the Dwagar seems to at least relent on Renlan for now, and goes to take on the tiller, I want to say, the thing that
Kills the thing that helps you guide it.
he takes on that and starts barking out orders to the people in the rowing.
Tiller, but I hardly know her.
Lost a map.
And we've lost a map. So we'll be 2 seconds while we just wait for him to return. He doesn't seem to be having Skype trouble tonight.
He does.
We always have to have some technical issues here. Wouldn't be our D&D sessions without a little bit of tech issues, I'm afraid.
I feel it would.
I mean, no? It'd be a good D&D session, but it wouldn't be our D&D session, Phil. Well, I think we got last week without any tech issues. Mike, you.
I want to say.
I guess you're talking to the stream. Okay.
I'm doing my chat.
Fair enough. Give me a second. I'm just gonna go knock on his door, see what's happening. BRB.
Maybe he died.
We lost him. You have to call Lost him for. Oh, he's there.
Never mind. There he is.
No, he didn't
So
die.
I just completely lost Wi-Fi then.
That's straight. I didn't lose
You
anything on my
guys
end.
Virgin Media?
Yep.
Yeah,
It hasn't been great today.
no, I've been kind of shitty today.
I'm on the same one. It didn't go down on my end, so it's a more.
You're
It's
connected.
just-
You're connected physically to the.
That's what I'm meaning. It'll probably be the Wi-Fi rather than the actual modem, though. I'm not
Yeah.
sure it works. I'm not gonna.
Um,
And hopefully that'll.
Also, I need you to kick me from the server because I lost connection to the server and I now can't reconnect because apparently I'm already connected.
That's
No
all.
clue how to. I actually have
Should
no
be.
clue how to do
It's
that.
your server, so.
Tell you what,
don't do that.
I'll just stop the server and restart it. It's gonna be the easiest way to do this.
Oh. Oh look, green grass. This
I'm gonna
Underdark's got really nice recently.
remember to switch your.
Okay,
thing off
server
the
should be
main
back up.
screen So you don't show the.
Also,
so you don't show
yeah.
the password.
Oh, that.
Did you show the password?
No. I almost did. Right, hang on.
Yep.
Freaking.
Hey, Cobalt, Bersekrer. Be able to rejoin that? Yeah.
There I am.
Cool. Just waiting on Laurie.
Damn. This is hard to do when I have to put it on a part of a screen where no one can see it.
I was actually very fortunate on my screen. It just the box just spawned on the opposite side of the screen to what I show. So blind luck fixed it for me.
There we
Just
go.
don't stream.
I mean,
Problem
you
solved.
seem to be losing there, I'm afraid. So, the boat is with the Dwaegar's orders. The boat is kind of navigating through this passage quite skillfully. Although pretty much everybody has to duck low except for Stool and the two Sverfneblin and the Darrow actually, whose height kind of make them fine. Renlan, you even have to shift to a side at one point as a stalagmite reaches down and almost scrapes the floor where you were, but it just kind
Bloody hell,
goes
that's
past you.
low.
It's very low. You're in an extremely tight passage, it would seem. However, the Dwaegar does seem to know what he's doing, and with his orders, it seems the boat navigates through. In fact, roll me an insight check.
Insight 13.
You do almost get the idea that the Dwaegar could have very much navigated so that stalagmite that stalactite, was nowhere near the boat. However, he seemed to choose to have it.
I see his game.
So, as this passage eventually comes to a clear about half an hour later, the Dwaegar says, "So, the elfling's taking first shift. Everybody else, get some sleep or whatever the fucking hell you want to do."
You want me
And
to
break
row?
up again.
Unlikely.
Uh,
And I just carry on reading my book.
he steps over to you and says, "Then you'll be fish food then, won't you?"
Oh, and who's gonna throw me in? You?
Roll me an athletics check.
Today's fighting words.
Oh, this is fighting words.
This
The
is
thing
fighting words.
I actually have my spells now, so he's gonna have fun.
Roll athletics
How
check.
long- how long has it been since?
Oh dear.
The
Well, whatever he's doing is gonna happen.
So, what'd you get, Laurie?
I only got 5.
So,
You rolled an athletics check there.
Yes.
that's
I thought
that's.
you rolled-
Nope,
oh, I
athletics
thought
was
it
what I asked.
intimidation.
Nope.
Yeah, he's grappling me, isn't he?
Oh no, he's shoving you. So
Considering I'm
As-
sitting down.
We lost Matt again.
it kind of makes you easier to unbalance. Like, bearing in mind this is a boat. It's
He
not
pushed
got.
me over sideways, but I don't think he pushed
It's
me
a-
off the boat.
It's a boat, and it's secure towboat, meaning that they actually have quite low sides, so they can just be jumping over them as they need to. So this is
We've lost
he
Matt.
basically just puts a hand on your shoulder.
Did
We'll.
you hear
him?
I know. We'll have to just catch him up when he gets back in. Like, I'm really annoyed to stop a description halfway through This is why it bugs when people interrupt you.
Sorry.
Why not do it as well? So yeah, he just moves up, puts a hand on your shoulder, and just throws you overboard. Turns around and says, "So, anybody else want to go overboard?"
How big's the boat?
Not that big. Like it's maybe 10 foot wide. So you sitting in the back, kind of. I was
5 feet.
so I was actually kind of.
Wow.
Everything
Yeah.
is.
You can bull rush
everything is
somebody
rated.
5 feet. Every.
Like I
You've
don't know what
been
happened for the last.
moved from map tools.
Yeah, I don't know what happened for the last sort of 2 minutes of that.
All right, tell you what. We're just gonna take another break here while I just sort out these technical issues, folks. I'm just gonna mute everything on my end so I can.